Have you noticed a change to your grocery bill? Like a big change. Staples like milk, chicken, cereal, just skyrocketing in price. USDA says from September 2020 to September of this year, the cost of meat has gone up 12.6%. Seafood, 7%. Eggs, more than 12.5%. Fresh fruits, they jumped up 5%. But it's not just home pantries that are being hit hard. Food banks are running into challenges as well, trying to feed those who rely on them as those food prices continue to go up. Couple that with supply chain issues that we're all seeing and increased demand from families during the pandemic. Food banks are having to get creative to provide enough food heading into the holiday season. So what does that look like here at the Idaho Food Bank? Here's Katya Stepovic.
Before COVID-19, Idaho Food Bank saw a year-over-year reduction in food insecurity, but the pandemic changed that. The food bank went from serving 180,000 to 200,000 families a month.
The real concern here, of course, is a family that was struggling before or is on their way to getting back on their feet after the pandemic. They are taking on those cost of living increases across the board, right? It's in housing, it's in childcare, and it's in food.
From October 2020 to October 2021, the Consumer Price Index went up 6%. Food prices rose 5.4% in the western region, and energy prices jumped up nearly 30%.
The prices that are increasing just for basic living are affecting families and really causing them to stretch budgets and, unfortunately, in some places, make really hard choices.
Morgan Wilson, Chief Development Officer for the Idaho Food Bank, says items like canned food have increased by 30%. The increased freight rates, they're not helping either.
So even when a product may be donated and all we have to do is pay for freight, with that increase on the cost there, it still raises it overall.
Raises the price by how much? Well, Idaho Food Bank is paying 17 times what they would typically pay for food. Typically, the food bank spends $200,000 on food annually. Right now, it's closer to $3.4 million. And not far from them is Meridian Food Bank. While they don't have to worry about distribution rates, they are seeing increased costs when it comes to purchasing items from the stores.
It's very hard to find that kind of the nature of this food. It's like one serving. It's like microwave served, and little kids have to be able to handle all that. So that stuff doesn't come cheap, and we have to buy that by the case.
Both food banks say Idaho's rich agricultural community and the community at large is saving them by donations. They just hope that continues.
As it continues, we'll probably reach a point where the food that we're getting now from all the stores and everything won't be enough. Right? Because the numbers in clients they're going to continue to increase. I mean, they're on that trend.
We're concerned about how long these challenges could continue, and what does that mean from a donor-based organization, meaning the majority of our dollars come from donations.
Okay, so that $200,000 they usually spend on food that you mentioned, up to $3.4 million this year, that is mind-boggling. But that includes not just getting the food in, but also sending it out, right?
Yeah, it's all encompassing. For Meridian Food Bank, it might be a little bit easier because they buy the food and then they are able to give it away. But Idaho Food Bank, they're the hub, like we talked about earlier. They're the distribution center for other places throughout the Gem State. So on top of increased food prices, they're also looking at freight times and freight rates that are going through the roof. So they're really, really relying on those donations from the community.
Shipping channels and supply chains affecting everything, obviously. But as you said, it's a kind of a three-pronged problem with donations being down, the cost of food going up, and the demand of people needing the food bank also going up.
And the big question is, when will it stop?
Well, I mean, this is the giving season, so hopefully they're relying on that, and maybe a lot of people will be able to give a little bit more. The question is, do they want donations or money? Is that the food donations going to help the food bank, or do they want the money to help cover those extra costs?
Well, I'm sure they'd be willing to take everything, but it sounds like really the food is the issue here. So if people are able to get those canned goods that are up 30%, I mean, they're more than happy to take that.
That's a good point. All right, thank you very much, Katya.